Welcome to our channel. Today, we bring you another topic, Best Free Drum VST Plugin 2022. A good drum plugin is a must-have for most computer-based musicians, since capturing the appropriate sound and rhythm is crucial to establishing the vibe of your project. Whether you want to make believable acoustic drums, replicate a vintage drum machine, or synthesize something new, the free plugins listed below can help. Would you please subscribe and click the bell symbol to receive more videos before we continue? 10. StudioLinked Drum Pro. Drum Pro is a drum rompler plugin that offers 20 free kits and the possibility to purchase additional kits via premium expansions. There's no getting around the fact that Drum Pro is primarily meant to persuade you to spend money on expansions, but its free sounds are nothing to sneeze at. The 808, 909, Boss DR55, and Novation Drum Station are free to sound kits. Unfortunately, the plugin itself isn't impressive. Basic drum sound shaping is provided via an ADSR envelope and mixing section, and an integrated reverb with level control. On the other hand, Drum Pro feels swift and approachable due to its simplicity. It's worth a download if you're looking for an easy-to-use source of classic drum samples. 9. SampleScience Sub. Sub is a simple virtual analog drum machine highly influenced by the TR-808. In most situations, the settings are limited to just pan and level, but there are a few extra parameters for the kick and snare, and tuning for the toms and congas. On the other hand, sonically Sub makes a fantastic 808 impression, although to our ear, the hats are more 606-ish. Sub's key selling point is the addition of sub-bass controls, thus the name, which can be used to boost and beef up the kick's low end. This allows users to construct and enhance the signature lengthy, bassy kicks commonly utilized as bass lines by hip-hop and techno artists, and it's worth downloading just for that. 8. Smackos 808 Simulator / Smackos Amiga 909. These two tools are essentially user-created packs for Ableton Live rather than full-fledged plugins, thus we're slightly deviating from our guidelines here. However, both come from the studio of Dutch producers, and vintage synth enthusiast Danny Wolfers justifies their placement on our list, aka Lego Weld. The hard-hitting, lo-fi nature of the sounds here is what sets the instruments distinct from Live's own stock 808 and 909 kits, as anyone familiar with Lego Weld's copious musical output will recognize. Both instruments load the rack format with a carefully constructed chain of Levi's stock effects, including compressors, reverb, and EQs, as well as macros to customize the retro punchiness of the sound. In addition, the live rack approach has the advantage of allowing both instruments to be easily customized. To personalize the kit, try loading your samples and running them through the effects chain or swapping out Live's effects for your favorite third-party plugins. 7. Steven Slate Drums 5.5 Free. Like Power Drumkit 2, Steven Slate Drums is designed to provide a variety of authentic sample drum sounds that MIDI can trigger in your DAW. SSD 5.5 is a large and robust plugin with a lot of sample content and MIDI grooves, whilst the free version is just a never-ending demo. SSD 5.5 Free, unsurprisingly, has a lot less content than the paid-for edition, but you do get a trio of kit presets, including one of Slate's much-touted mix-ready snares. SSD 5.5 Free is fully featured, with options to alter the form and dynamics of drums, despite the considerable reduction in content. SSD 5.5 is also ideal for using a percussion pad or electronic equipment. 6. SampleScience 606 Koncept. 606 Koncept is a sample-driven plugin based on the sounds of Ronald's legendary TR-606 drum machine, as you can assume from the name. 606 sounds are hard to come by these days. Ronald, Behringer, and other cell hardware emulations and sample 606 kits can be found in several popular DAWs and paid-for beat plugins. SampleScience's approach, on the other hand, has a few tricks up its sleeve that makes it stand out from the crowd. Additional tape, vinyl, and subtexture layers may be dialed in to give the sound more character. There's also a versatile LFO component that may be used to give your patterns a lot of movement. Each sound also receives its multi-pitch sum mixer, allowing users to get a lot more creative with the 606 sounds than they could with the original hardware. All of this adds up to a fun and intriguing drum plugin that takes a new approach to the classic sound set. 5. Manda Audio MT Power Drumkit 2. Power Drumkit 2 is a plugin targeted directly at duplicating the actual sounds of a real musician behind a genuine drum kit, unlike other of the more electronic or synthetic products on our list. Only a sample acoustic kit is available in terms of sounds, though the sounds themselves have been adequately captured and pre-processed to cut through a mix. To further alter levels, there's a per-channel mixer with compressor integrated. The vast and adaptable library of MIDI grooves is the actual draw here. There are MIDI presets for various playing styles, each with its own fills library. Users can compose their perfect beat by mixing and matching grooves and fills within the plugin before dragging the MIDI composition into their DAW's timeline. This can be useful for driving other drum samples, even if you don't utilize the onboard sounds. Power Drumkit 2 is perhaps best suited to rock and alternative music. This could be excellent if you're a guitarist or composer seeking a decent substitute for a genuine drummer to round off your next demo. 4. Synsonic BD909/BD808 Free. Synsonic's free percussion synths concentrate solely on one drum sound, the kick. In particular, the synthesized kicks featured on Ronald's Legend TR909 and TR808 drum machines. While a one-track drum plugin may not appear to be very useful on paper, keep in mind that those two bass drums support whole genres, from house and techno to hip-hop, so having access to specialized tools dedicated to perfecting the simulation is nothing to scoff at. In actuality, the hardware that inspired these plugins is significantly limiting. For example, you can't even tweak the proper 808 kick, but Synsonic has substantially increased the flexibility with many settings not found in the originals. For example, the BD808 features improved coarse and fine tuning and a more extended long decay mode. The RD909, on the other hand, offers distinct settings for shaping the drum tone, pitch sweep, and noise, as well as distortion effect. Both plugins can also track incoming MIDI notes, allowing them to be used for percussive basslines and melodies in addition to traditional drums. 3. Spitfire Audiolab's Drums. Spitfire Audiolab's initiative began a few years ago with a collective of high-quality and often obscure free sample instruments that operate in the company's bespoke host plugin. Lab's Drums is one of the series' first installments, and it's one of Lab's most plain and traditional instruments. The sounds were recorded in 2012 at Spitfire HQ with top-of-the-line microphones and the expert drummer Oliver Watton and engineer Stanley Gabriel. The outcome is a colorful and distinctive collection of acoustic drum strikes. The Lab's interface prioritizes clean design and ease of use over good design depth, but you may still shape and control sounds as needed for your project. 2. Native Instruments Urban Beats. Urban Beats is an earlier contact instrument from NI that is currently included in the company's complete starter bundle for free. The sound palette here tends towards hip-hop and R&B, as the somewhat antiquated urban moniker suggests. In contrast, its selection of classic drum machine sounds works equally well for house, techno, and other club-focused genres. The instrument's key selling point is that it allows users to make grooves in one of three ways, either triggering individual sounds through MIDI, triggering pre-programmed loops, or utilizing the Groovebox mode in step sequence patterns. In addition, there's a helpful Master FX section featuring the resonant filter, convolution, reverb, delay, and saturation, in addition to the standard mixing capabilities. While the user interface is a little archaic and the kit selection is limited, this is still one of the most incredible free drum machines available right now. 1. AudioSpillage MiniSpillage. MiniSpillage has been around for a while, but it's still one of the most helpful free drumware synthesizers available. The plugin is a stripped-down version of the paid-for Drumspillage, using the same excellent sound engine by reducing the number of generators to just 3: kick, hat, and wood drum. Despite the limited sound engine, these 3 tools have more aural potential than you may imagine. The kick drum can produce forceful impacts and deeper bass tones, the hats can be loud and intricate, and the wood drum can provide a wide range of percussive sounds. An LFO and envelopes are included in each generator to add shape and movement. In addition, filters and an inbuilt distortion allow users to customize the tone of each drum further. One thing to keep in mind, MiniSpillage is only available for Mac and, like numerous other apps in this roundup, does not appear to work for Apple's new M1 hardware. So if you're on a new system or thinking about switching, keep this in mind. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell button.